There we go.
And we are live. Welcome, mystery and thriller fans. I'm your on-air host, Sara DiVell, and I am so excited to welcome tonight, finally, the amazing Jaime Lynn Hendricks, here to give us the inside scoop in this exclusive pre-launch event for It Could Be Anyone. Jaime, welcome to Mystery and Thriller Mavens. Tell us about this book.
This book, basically the tagline is that they were expecting a fun destination. Of course, here I go. I'm already talking all over into myself.
No.
It was supposed to be a fun destination wedding with palm trees and sun. No one knew the entire bridal party wanted the groom dead. So he drops dead halfway through page one. So I'm not giving anything away. He drops dead halfway through page one. And then you find out kind of what a slimeball he was. He was blackmailing everybody, and his fiance was having some doubts, and he wanted in with her family. So he made sure that he found out the worst things about everybody that she knew and used it to make them convince her to marry him. So the whole thing is which one had a secret that was really, really worth killing for.
Well, I love secrets. I love weddings gone wrong, and I love having. And I will confess to a few murderous thoughts about my husband once in a while. So just like that, Jaime Lynn Hendricks, hooked us good. Now we're getting into every delicious, dirty detail. But first, it can be murder. So let's get into it. If you've been here before, you know the drill. And if you're new, oh my goodness, welcome. We're so happy to have you. Here's the drill. Every Monday, I give you my hand-picked featured authors, and you get to ask them anything. So ask Jaime about this dead groom. Ask her about the destination wedding. We got all sorts of questions. You may also recognize this hottie from Finding Tessa. So if you got any questions about Tessa, give us a question. Feel free to ask those as well. Stephanie Cooper, welcome to the conversation.
Stephanie, you're pretty.
Yay.
I have to tell her that every day.
Joining us live from California, she is a fabulous bookstagrammer and book reviewer. She is at Fire Pit and Books on Instagram. Check her out. Wendy, welcome to the conversation. She is Catch a Clue, which is my favorite clue to catch. She says, hi, Sara and Jaime. We have Sharon joining us from Minnesota. Sharon, welcome to the conversation. Always a pleasure to have you pop up, ma'am. Kathy's joining us live from Texas. She says, ooh, sounds delicious. Kathy, we're vibing like we always do. Courtney, Canadian Courtney, joining us live from Canada. She is Caffeine Read Repeat on Instagram. And she says, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hello, lovelies. I have so much to say. You're an auto author, but for me, I have to know which book is your fave, this one or Finding Tessa. I love you both. Courtney, we love you. Tessa.
Oh, I know. And I want to say something like fluffy baby bunnies. That's normally how she starts off our review. So hi, Courtney. You're very memorable. You stick in there.
She's the
what
best.
is my favorite book?
You got to pick your favorite kid. Different. That's right.
They're so different. Finding Tessa is more of a psychological thriller that is like more of a Gone Girl type. It moves in a different way. This one, It Could Be Anyone. I wrote this one first, as I explained to Sara earlier. I wrote this one first. This is a book that got my agent. I wrote it in 6 weeks. It was so much fun to write that I wrote it so quickly. I was so excited when I ended up getting an agent finally, after 5 manuscripts in 5 years, finally got, an agent, and it was off of a book that I loved. I enjoyed writing. So they both have a wonderful, warm place in my heart, and Finding Tessa is my first book baby, but I definitely had more fun writing It Could Be Anyone. It went very fast, and it was fun making them really, really bad people.
Why was it so deliciously fun? And also, I'm fascinated that this is the book. So everyone, I just want to focus on that. So Jaime Lynn Hendricks wrote this book first, got her agent with this book, but then sold and published her second book first. Mm-hmm. Now her first book is out second. Yep. What happened, Jaime? What's going on?
Publishing is very extra. The first book, It Could Be Anyone, when it was on submission with publishers, it did not sell. It was too similar to a book that had just come to market. So we were getting a lot of pushback with editors that way. So in the interim, while I was waiting, I wrote Finding Tessa. And Then when my agent finally decided to pull it after like 9 or 10 months, it was just, we were getting the same thing all the time. And it was too much like the one that was coming to market or had just hit the market. So good thing I had already finished Finding Tessa. She read it very quickly and said she would not change a word. So we went on submission like the next day. And we were getting a lot of interest with Finding Tessa, but we got a lot of the same. My agent always says that, one person's opinion is one person's opinion, and she's right. Mm-hmm. But when you hear it, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is, a problem. So we kept on hearing from the big editors at a lot of the big publishers that they didn't like the ending. And it was the same thing from all of them. So she goes, okay, now maybe we should consider a rewrite. So I rewrote the last half. It was, anybody who's read it will be able to figure out why it was only the last half that had to change. So I rewrote the last half. We went right back on sub, and that one sold in about 2 weeks. Wow. So that's why that one came out first. And then with publishing, they kind of have a option to take your next book. And since It Could Be Anyone was already written, we figured that was the easiest way to present it out to see if they wanted that one, instead of writing up an outline and then having to write something and, having them only see the first 3 chapters. This one was already done. So we presented that to my editor, and then she ended up taking this one. And we did a lot of hard work on this one. It's not completely different than how I submitted it, but there were a couple of extra characters, a couple of things changed along the way, but it's still really exciting. It's a really exciting, like one of those things where it's just like, there's no, like, oh my God, what just happened, over and over and over. So that's it. Kind of hit you over the head with it a lot.
I love that. Well, Courtney, aka Canadian Courtney, thank you so much for the great question. Jamie, thank you for the great answer. Everybody, check out Canadian Courtney's review of this book. She is Caffeine Read Repeat on Instagram. Here's a link to her fun, fabulous review. So check it out, and all of her fun reviews. Marcy, welcome to the conversation. Marcy's an amazing author as well. She's coming on next March with her next book. Yay. And she said, what an interesting look at how the sausage is made. It totally is. I love getting the backstory. Thank you for this. Courtney saying, I'm so happy and thrilled both of these books saw the light of day and were published. You have got it.
Thank you, Courtney.
Oh, yay. Welcome to the conversation. Stephanie saying Trevor is the creepiest of creepy characters, and I hate him so much.
Thank you. Thank you. That's why I made him so bad, because when I have him die halfway through page 1, and then it kind of backtraps to like 2 days before the wedding, so you could kind of see what he was doing to everybody. I wanted the reader to want him dead and to know he was going to get his comeuppance. One of these people was going to murder him. And that's why I made him as she said, the creepiest of creepy. I made him horrible. I added on every worst thing that a person can be. I made him everything. I made him just slimy and just awful. Thank you for saying that he's the creepiest, because that's what I wanted.
Well, mission accomplished. And everybody, you can check out Stephanie Cooper's review of It Could Be Anyone. She is at Fire Pit and Books. So head over, give her a follow, and check out her lit review. See what I did there, Fire Pit and Books. Check out her lit review of It Could Be Anyone right there. Marcy saying, I missed that. Sorry, I missed another comment by Marcy. She said she is watching live from Nantucket tonight.
Oh, Nantucket.
Yay. Thank you so much for tuning in, Marcy. Great to have you. Sharon saying, wow, you write fast. So Jamie, give us your best speed tips here. How do you do it so fast? How do you keep whipping it?
When I'm actively writing a manuscript, I make myself do 1,000 words a day, and that's my writing. So and that's my minimum. Once I hit 1,000 words, if I am done, if it's gone, then I could stop, and then I don't feel so bad. But that way, at least if I figure it's 1,000 words a day, that's 90,000 words in 3 months. So I kind of force myself to write that way. Now, sometimes I can get out 2,000 words or 3,000 words. And sometimes my writing sessions it'll take me a half an hour. I'll bang something out real quick. I'm happy with it. I'm fine with it. Sometimes I'm sitting here for 8 hours and I've only gotten out 500 words. So it just kind of depends on the muse, the day, what's going on in my head, when, where I think the story's going that day, because I don't outline. I make everything up as I go along. Anybody who has read it, could be anyone. I did not know who the killer was until like the last page.
Ooh. Okay, so you're a pantser, so you're not a plotter.
Uh-huh.
So since you didn't know who the killer did not reveal themselves to you to the last page, do you ever find yourself, let's just say it's the butler, and then you realize like, oops, the butler was at a butler conference then and couldn't possibly have done it. He was on a butler cruise. And then you're like, ah, crap, and you got to back it up. How do you handle that? Or maybe that doesn't happen to you at all.
No, it does. One thing I try not to do while I'm writing is go back and edit while I'm writing. I have critique partners where I exchange with them. So then I'll take their notes and I'll fix over what needs to be fixed over. But if I know that I completely changed something and I need to change the trajectory of where it's going, I don't go back and fix it. I just keep it in the back of my head and I say, worry about it at your first edit, worry about it at your first edit. So I could be 30,000 words into, an 85,000 page manuscript and change something and then completely switch. And like, I'll write the rest of the 50,000. I'll finish the book and then I'll go back and I'll say, now I know that it ended this way. So make sure I change all that stuff. It's weird. I don't know, man.
But that doesn't slow you down. You just keep on just zooming along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, cool. So we have so many questions coming in, and you know what? I'm going to get to every single detail every single one of them, because this is what we're all about, is connecting authors and readers. And this is your chance to get to ask her anything. So if you're watching from a private Facebook group, and you don't share your privacy settings, you get to stay very mysterious, very on brand, and not reveal your identity. So here we have a mystery fan saying, I haven't read any of your books. Give me a reason why I should. Jamie, do you mind if I take this one?
Go ahead.
So I'm going to tell you that Mary Kubica, the New York Times bestselling author of Local Woman Missing, she's going to give you a reason. She said, you have to read this lightning fast read about friendship, secrets, and deceit. This book starts with a bang and it never lets up. It Could Be Anyone is a must read. So don't take it from me. Don't take it from Jamie. Take it from New York Times bestselling author Mary Kubica. Anything to add, Jamie?
Yes. First of all, read it because it's awesome and because you want to support me. Because also, I always say about Mary Kubica and Michelle Campbell, I will read directions for use on the back of a shampoo bottle if they wrote it. So the fact that I got Michelle Campbell blurbed Finding Tessa, and Mary Kubica blurbed It Could Be Anyone. These are like people I've idolized over years, and now I have these people reading my work, and it's just it's wonderful to see. The thing about books and reading, it is subjective. Shockingly, not everybody loves my books.
That's weird, right? What's wrong with those freaks?
Right. But, there are books that, you could see behind me all these, I read like crazy. But there are some books that are, very well received and, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. And I just don't like it. But that doesn't mean it's a bad book. It means I don't like it. And opposite, there are ones that just don't get enough attention, in my opinion. I'm like, why isn't everybody talking about this book? Because I love it so much, but that just means I love it so much. So I think that mystery guest, I think that you should read so you could form that opinion for yourself.
Or take it from Fire Pit and Books, aka Stephanie Cooper. She says, this one grabbed me from the beginning and I could not stop. Tessa was a tiny bit slower to stop, but still had so much meat in it. Yum. So lots of reasons. There's also Robin Harding had another rave review here. I'll get to that in just a minute, but I want to get over to Wendy's question because this is a really good question too. And Anissa saying, hello, Sara and Jamie. 6 weeks.
Hi, Anita.
Amazing to write a book. Absolutely. And Anissa, it is amazing to write a book. What an accomplishment. Wendy would like to know what you're working on now, Jamie.
Well, what I'm working on now, as you know, Sara knows from speaking to so many people in publishing, what you're working on isn't necessarily going to see the light of day for, years. So I am working on something now, but I do have a book coming out next year. And then I have 2 books that are already written, and I'm writing another one. So that's what I'm working on one right now.
Can you tell us anything about it?
I don't know. What should I talk about? Do you want me to talk about the one that's coming out next year, or do you want
give us that? Give us that one.
Okay. So, Sara, you're gonna love this. Next year it comes out, spring, summer 2023, hopefully before Thriller Fest. I'll tell you why. It's called I Didn't Do It, and it is about a writer being murdered at a national thriller conference in New York City. And then 4 other authors they are starting to be harassed by a sinister Twitter account, and they're getting secret text messages. And they decide to band together to find out what's going on. And then it turns out they all had a secret connected to the dead writer. And then they start becoming suspicious of each other because of what starts to come to light. And then they realize they are living in a thriller novel themselves. And who better to try to get on the case than a bunch of thriller writers?
Oh my God, that's so fun.
We can hide the bodies.
And is the lead detective named Dara Civillo by chance?
No. You want to know what's funny though? This book, I actually, and all of my friends will see. This is, I'm sure you know, it's so hard to make up names for characters because if it's like a name that's one of my friends and it's like a bad person, I don't want to be like, well, why'd you make this one the bitch? Well, I didn't mean to. Like, it's just a name. It's a character. It's fiction. But I did tell all my friends, this one has a mixture. Every first and last name of every single character in this book is the first name and last name intermixed of all of my friends. Ooh. So this one is fun because everyone's represented in this one.
Ooh, that is so fun. Oh my gosh, that is so fun. And everyone is loving it. Kathy saying, oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. Mm-hmm. Stephanie saying, I want to be the baddie bitch. Stephanie, I'll arm wrestle you for it. Anissa said, oh, I didn't do it. It sounds awesome. Wendy saying she loves it. Marcy saying, I love the premise of that new book. Perhaps another character could be named Marcy. I'm just putting it out there. So this is so fun. Oh my gosh, Jamie, I love that at a thriller conference.
So it's not actually named Thriller Fest. We obviously did not want to do that because it's not a good idea. Yeah. But then we had named it originally. I had named it in the original version. I named it StabbyCon because the stabby. The dead writer is stabbed. But my agent looked it up when she got it and she read it and she was like, there's already a conference called StabbyCon. So then we were going through all this stuff trying to find one that's not already named. So right now it's called ChillerCon, but I know my editor is not loving that name. So we're probably going to change the name of the conference, but we're trying to, maybe it's Chiller Fest instead of Thriller Fest.
Oh my God, this is so fun. Everyone, check out The Real Deal, which is Thriller Fest. That is next week, May 30th through June 5th in New York City. And I will be there. I'm speaking on a panel about promotion, PR, publicity, and promotion. And I will be doing roving interviews. I will be a roving correspondent. This is going to be announced this week. I haven't even announced it. Y'all are hearing it first. I'm dropping the news right here, right now. This is the first time I'm talking about it publicly. And I have a whole bunch of other surprises planned. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fabulous. So here it is. Oh my gosh. Wendy's saying I better watch my back at Thriller Fest. Wendy, I didn't even think of that. Oh my God. Wendy, come to Thriller Fest. I'm like, hey, friends. Someone's like,
I know. And I'm just like, could you just imagine if something bad happened, just anything bad? If somebody trips and falls like off the sidewalk, I'm going to get blamed for it.
Yeah, if somebody trips and falls over my foot, which I extend right in front of where they're walking, you're going to get blamed for it. Oh my gosh.
I swear to God, she even wrote about it.
Oh my gosh. Wendy's saying she wishes she could attend. I know. This is so amazing, you guys. I'm so excited. And we have so many other, interesting. Stephanie's saying she didn't think Tessa got nearly enough attention. So Jamie, your debut book, what were your thoughts? How do you think it went? What was your experience like as a debut author, and how's it going now with your second one?
There's a little, well, I don't know. That's a good question. As a debut author, I really didn't know what to expect. I was happy with the promotion that Scarlett did. I got physical arcs. They sent out like hundreds of them. The Bookstagram community seemed to really like it. They were very, pleasant, and it was just lovely getting to know all of these Bookstagrammers who now some of them are just, I'm such close friends with, Stephanie being one of them. But so many Bookstagrammers I've gotten close with, and they've helped me with promotion for the second one, because I kind of already have my readers and I have this little community now. So it's different the second time than the first time, because nobody knew who I was the first time. And now people know who I am. So it's a different kind of experience. As far as excitement though, and it's going to sound so stupid. It really is. But I almost feel like when I was a debut author and I was constantly on like Twitter and Instagram and everything, like multiple times a day, being like, buy my book, because it's the debut.
It's so awkward. Yeah, you have to. It's this awkward position where you have to like. It's awkward to promote your own work. It's uncomfortable,
exactly right. And now I feel like for the second one, I don't know. Maybe I should be doing more, like being like, buy my book, but I almost feel like. I don't know. I almost feel like I'm getting annoying if I do that. And I know it's not, because so many of my favorite authors are doing it constantly when they have books come out. And I love seeing it. I'm like, oh yes, a new picture. Oh good, another promotion. Ooh, another event I could go to. And I love seeing it. So I don't know why I'm being weird about doing it myself. I just am. I don't know if I'm turning a little introverted or something, because I'm definitely not. But
I mean, I think it's awkward it's easy to get out there and say, her book's amazing, his book's amazing, you have to read this book. It is awkward to say it yourself about your own work. It's awkward to get out there and say, I am awesome, or my book is awesome. Please,
I like my book.
It's uncomfortable. And yet we, about the awkwardness of self-promotion, it is uncomfortable, and yet we all have to do it. I actually wonder if it's harder for women. I think that it is, although I think it's actually hard for everyone.
I don't even see any men out there promoting their work. They probably don't have to.
They have to. Oh my gosh, so funny. Marcy's saying, I feel exactly the same. I'm so looking forward to promoting my second book because I've made so many lovely connections like Sara. Hi, Marcy. After my first was published. Yeah, totally. Susan saying, I just Googled you. I love connecting people to new authors. Thank you for Googling Jeannie. Susan, she would like to know what order should she read first? Should she read this one first and then Tessa? Should she read Tessa and then this one?
You could probably, well, it depends. Like, here's the thing about it, could be anyone, and some people have a problem with this. The characters are not what Courtney would call fluffy baby marshmallow squishy cute bunnies. They're a cast of unlikable characters. But they do redeem themselves at the end. I think so anyway. But they had some pretty heinous pasts. But that's kind of what I like. I like unlikable characters. Give me something juicy. Give me somebody with a secret. I love that. I love like backstories that are slowly revealed, with secrets and blackmail. That's my thing. So if you like that, definitely it could be anyone first. If you like more of a psychological, getting a little bit more into the mind of somebody, I would say go with Finding Tessa. But Finding Tessa does come out in paperback May 31st, the same day that It Could Be Anyone comes out. So maybe you get It Could Be Anyone next week, and then you get the paperback of Finding Tessa. Unless you want the hardcover, you can do that too. But
maybe you order both tonight. So here is the link for Finding Tessa, and here is the link for It Could Be Anyone. So maybe you just set yourself up for a sizzling Memorial Day thriller fest, and you just grab those books, you grab a bag of chips and a cool drink, and you head to your nearest beach. And you just set yourself up for the best weekend ever.
That's what a lot of people were saying about It Could Be Anyone on Bookstagram. They said, I wish I was at a beach or like sitting at a pool reading this. It's really a much more fun beach read. It really is.
Well, here's the links to both of them. Stephanie is recommending that you read Tessa first. Stephanie has read both books, so that is a great recommendation as well. Wendy's saying it probably is harder for women to self-promote. Wendy, I have a feeling that is harder, although I think it is basically awkward for everybody.
Yeah.
Anissa saying, Sarah's awesome. Oh my gosh, Anissa, you're too kind. Thank you so much. All right, y'all, we have 3 minutes left. I think we can take 3 more questions. So go ahead and let me know in the comments what you got going. Susan says she's going to order. Susan, you got it. There's the link.
Thank you, Susan. Lovely. We love you.
Wendy,
Susan, if you want to find me, Susan, find me on Instagram at Jaime Lynn Hendricks author. Message me your address and I will send you book plates for both of them.
Oh my goodness. So sweet. And that offer stands for everyone tonight?
Yes, right? Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So everybody, I'm going to drop Jamie's link right here to Instagram. So here's the link to her Insta, and DM her and she will send you book plates. That's lovely. So Susan's ordering, Wendy is ordering, Tessa as well. Hooray. Mystery users say both books are 5 stars for them. Fantastic.
Identify yourself, mystery user. Let me know you.
Jamie, this is Mystery and Thriller Mavens. We're trying to stay on brand here.
That's true.
Susan would like to know who is your favorite author, Jamie?
Oh my goodness. The ones I have been obsessed with, Mary Kubica, obsessed. Michelle Campbell. I love the You series by Caroline Kepnes. And I mean, everybody's newest favorite author is Ashley Winstead. I devoured In My Dreams I Hold a Knife in like a day. I loved her second book, the romance, which I don't even read, but I read it because it's Ashley. And of course, her upcoming book coming out in August, it has been pre-ordered and it's my most anticipated release. So,
ooh, fabulous. Yeah. Stephanie would like to know who's your favorite bookstagrammer. We got a couple in the audience. Be careful.
Obviously, Guaranteed Reads. He's my favorite. He's my favorite person. Oh God, Stephanie, she's going to kill me right now.
Yeah, the next book is going to feature the murder of an author. The next book is going to feature the murder of an author by a bookstagrammer. So be careful.
And Stephanie knows how much I love her. Love you, I do. She's good people.
Yay! Susan is saying she loved You by Caroline Kepnes.
Yes.
Stephanie saying she loves her Last Housewife is on her to be read list.
Mm-hmm.
Our mystery commenter has reviewed herself. It is Nancy Wren. She's a
Nancy.
Yay. Kathy's headed off to Instagram to look you up. And actually, we are out of time. So that is a perfect note to end on. So everybody, I'm going to pop Jamie's link in one more time. So here is her link. So grab copies of the book. I'm going to put here's the link to Finding Tessa one more time. Buy from our favorite woman-owned bookstore. You gotta vote with every dollar. We don't just vote every 4 years. We vote with every purchase we make for the world we want to see. So support our favorite woman-owned bookstore, Murder by the Book. Here's Finding Tessa, and here is the pre-order link for It Could Be Anyone. Set yourself up for a sizzling Memorial Day weekend. Thank you all for
Sara for having me. Thank you to Murder by the Book and Thriller Mavens, and everybody who showed up, thank you. It was wonderful interacting with you. Hopefully I will get to know you. Follow me on Instagram, and we're going to become old friends.
And thank you, Stephanie. She's pointing out that Nancy is also mysterious on Instagram. She is at Cabin Girl Reads. So she's reading in that cabin, taking fabulous bookstagrams. So here is her link as well. Anissa saying, thank you, ladies. Marcy saying she's adding this to her TBR. Stephanie saying, sending us so much love. Y'all, thank you so much for spending your Monday night with me. And I will see you at the top of the hour with Gigi Pandian. Stay tuned.
And I'll see you in 2 weeks.